talk badly about me, you can go ahead and praise how good I am at long shots.
Yes.
Mookie Betts is going to hit tonight, people. You just wait and see. See you later. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Welcome to the NBA Today NBA Schedule Release Special.
You do these scenarios in every practice. You go over these with 3 seconds or less.
And we're tied at 123. Fox, 2, Fox from midcourt. Got it! Dieter and Fox. Yes! Yes! Tyler Hero. Irving stops. Hayes. Hits. Hits. Shoots. Hits it! To go for the win.
The Celtics are going to win this a game 7 back in Boston.
Tatum puts up a three. Bang! No timeouts left for Philadelphia.
Let's go! The wait is officially over. What's up, everybody? Welcome to NBA Today's Schedule Release Special. It's your girl, Chiney Ogwumike, holding it down here in LA for Malika Andrews. Richard Jefferson, Mark Spears, Ramona Shelburne are here to help me officially unveil and unpack all 1,230 regular season NBA games. Big Perk, Tim McMahon, and my sis, Roz Gold Onwude are all stopping by as well. But first, we have to start this way. Show us the bling, Mr. Hall of Famer. Oh, I'm blind. It's shining. Congratulations.
Shout out Hall of Famer.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's nice, right?
What kind of stone is
Oh.
that?
Hey, can I say something real quick?
No.
Look, I want to say this. I want to say something. Mark is one of the best individuals that we have ever worked with. He is always such a person that we can count on, that we can look to if you need advice, if you need tips, whatever it is, he has been. And I texted him this. I was like, there's very few people in this industry that you can count on for advice and just showing the right way. He is one of them, and I am so happy for him. The minute I saw him, I gave him the biggest hug days ago, or months ago when we first found out. So I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
There we
Oh, my
go.
goodness. All right, we got some work to do.
Schedule.
It's been
Schedule.
66 days since the Denver Nuggets were crowned champs, and rightfully so. The season gets underway on October 24th when Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and company start their title defense against the Los Angeles Lakers at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, which means LeBron James, who is entering his 21st season, will have to watch the team that swept his squad out of the Western Conference Finals raise their first championship banner in franchise history on opening night. Then, at 10 p.m. Eastern, we get our first look at the Phoenix Suns' new big three of Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal as they visit Steph and the Warriors, which means Chris Paul's first game with Golden State will be against the team that dealt him away.
Love it.
It will also,
Funny how it works
The
out like that,
NBA
huh?
is petty.
And-
The NBA is petty.
What's crazy is this will also finally be KD's first game in front of Bay Area fans. Oh, I'm so excited, but you know what it means. This means lucky for us, Big Perk is here, a.k.a. Big Thesaurus. Do you know what that means, Richard?
No.
Okay, synonyms. Hit us with Big Perk's word for opening night.
AKA Big Thesaurus, AKA Bars, AKA he got a bag. I'm going with a pugnancy. Okay? Do you know what a pugnancy means? What? Sit back and listen. It is opposing,
I've never
right?
heard that in my
We're
life.
talking about contrary. You never heard of it? You heard of it right now.
Antagonistic.
And
That's
look,
the word.
for me-
Antagonistic.
Oh,
Antagonistic.
shut up. But listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing. To break it down in layman's terms, who wants the smoke? That's what it's all about. And I'm looking at the Lakers. I'm looking at them matching up against the Denver Nuggets. AD, are you coming out and sending a message early after what Jokic did to you in the Western Conference Finals? Are you going to come out and show out? This is what I'm looking at. I'm also looking at what's the next team coming in on opening night. Who wants the smoke? A pugnancy is the word. We're looking at Chris Paul playing against the Phoenix Suns. Don't they have beef there? You know, he was traded. Kevin Durant, first time playing back in Golden State. Boy, I can't wait to see that action. We're talking about the old big three and Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry going against the new big three and Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant. Who's about that life and who wants the smoke? And then we looking at this night right here. Boy, I cannot wait. Who is going down? Devin Booker, you got your new teammates. Chris Paul is on the other end. Steph Curry, what you gonna do? You gonna handle your business? You gonna show why that we say that Golden State Warriors will be forever yours, even when Kevin Durant was added to the team. So this is what it is, Richard. You can sit back and hate, but it's a pugnancy. You got it? A pugnancy.
Okay, a pugnancy. It's not just opening night that's stacked. The first two ESPN doubleheaders are loaded as well, starting on Wednesday, October 25th. It all kicks off with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and the Celtics heading to New York to take on Jalen Brunson and the Knicks, which also means that Kristaps Porzingis' first game with Boston will be at MSG, the arena he called home for the first 3 years of his career. Now, later that night, Victor Wembanyama makes his NBA debut as the Spurs host the Mavericks. The French phenom has been touted as the best prospect since LeBron James, and he will have his hands full trying to keep Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving out of the paint. Then on Friday, October 27th, we get the Miami Heat heading to Boston to take on the Celtics. The two teams have squared off in 3 of the last Eastern Conference Finals, and we all know Boston will have Derek White starting at point guard. Now Miami, we will have to wait and see.
Dollar.
Hey, Dame Dollar. The nightcap, though, on Friday the 27th features the two teams that gave us the only 7-game series in last season's opening round. Steph Curry dropped 50-piece on the Kings last time he was in Sacramento. Will he be able to repeat that performance, or will this be the first time this season to light the beam? There are some other big-time matchups opening week. Zion Williamson is slated to make his season debut in Memphis on the 25th. Come on now. Then the next night we have Embiid versus Giannis. That's a good one as the Bucks play the Sixers. And for the first time since 2018, Kevin Durant facing LeBron James as the Suns play the Lakers.
That was a lot. Congratulations to you.
I mean,
that was
congratulations.
That was a lot.
Us. I don't think you can ask for a better start to the year than the slate of games we just rolled out. Richard, what opening week matchup are you most looking forward to?
I'm going to say Phoenix Golden State. I think there's a lot there. I think these are two teams that, when you look at how they kind of finished their season and the changes that were made, and then you go into this offseason, like you see a restructuring, you see the moves, you see all the things. And really, when these two teams get going, you know that there's a chance that they can meet in the postseason. This is early on. If they do what they're expected to do, these teams have an opportunity to meet in the postseason. We've already seen the book. We saw that Klay Thompson said he was just frustrated. We saw him on Paul George's podcast talking about that. But I think there's a lot of energy there, a lot of veterans there, a lot of history. KD in the building for the first time. Finally. So there's a lot of positive things in that one.
We'll see.
We thought it was going to happen like 4 other times.
I'm going to go with the rookie with the golden hair, the #1 pick. The whole world is going to be watching Victor Wembanyama's home debut in Texas, in San Antonio, with Luka in the house. I'm really excited about seeing this kid. I know it's been a lot of pressure, a lot of things going on. Britney Spears making it tough on him. But, I think he's got his wind under his back, and that is going to be – and also because they had 2 Hall of Famers with Tony Parker and Pop, they'll probably announce in that game as well. All the Spurs stars will be in the house. I'm going to go. I think I'm going to make that game. Prickly pear of margaritas.
Texas. I'm down for a trip to Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Be careful there.
Ramona,
I also will say Wemby. Like, I always think that when you have truly special players in the NBA, their first game matters. Like, the first look of them in the regular season when the lights are on and it matters. People remember that. LeBron James had 26 points his first games. Let's see what Wemby does. I don't know how much they're going to let him play. We don't know if they're going to start him. We don't know what they're going to do with him in this first opening look that we get him. But I like that the NBA put him on in this opening week in a marquee matchup. Let's see him, right? Let's see him. Let's not shield him too long.
No, and I agree with both of you guys mainly, but this is what I want to tell you. Temper your expectations.
No, I get that.
When Tim Duncan came in, he was 21, 22 years old. When David Robinson came in, he was like 24 because he went to the Navy Academy and then took a year. So it was like these guys, when you're comparing him to those centers and those Hall of Famers, they were far more developed when they showed up.
But the world don't listen to that.
Also, when you're
social media don't listen to that.
I know.
He only played 44 games last year.
But when you're talking about centers that are future, Hall of Famers prospectively, they're literally building centers around him. So you have expectations for him opening night. Perk, what are your thoughts?
Well, I was just wondering when I was going to get my time. Richard went first, then the legend Mark Spears went
You went
next.
first.
No, I haven't. No. I'm just giving you my word. I'm talking about Richard taking up all the time. Just shut up. I'm going with the Sacramento Kings and the Golden State Warriors. Do you remember the eyeballs and the viewership that series had
Man,
last
first round series are
postseason?
cute, bro. First round series are cute.
De'Aaron Fox and Steph Curry going toe-to-toe. Steph Curry had to have a meeting before they walked into that Game 7. Harrison Barnes, we already know that little tension that he has going against a team that he won a championship, but then had to be traded because of Kevin Durant. Then we looking at Sabonis and Draymond Green, that matchup. I'm ready to see if Malik Monk added anything to his game.
Hey,
we saw
Perk, I like
Keegan
it's in
Murray
sack, too.
in 2 games in the summer.
I like that it's in sack.
Listen,
They're the better team.
We saw
Who won, though?
We saw Keegan Murray. We saw how he looked in those 2 summer league games, putting on those 8 to 10 pounds of muscle. I'm ready to see that action right there.
Yeah,
everybody go watch it.
Just like Richard's monologue, the list goes on and on. You're the one talking today, but we've got so much more to get to, still to come right here on NBA Today. Our full schedule reveal, made you laugh, continues with our Christmas Day slate. See what I did there? Which teams will be naughty and which teams will be nice, we discuss. And our ESPN ABC marquee matchups are headlined by the last 2 MVPs squaring off. Rich, who you got? Jokic or Embiid?
Hopefully Embiid doesn't dodge him this time.
I mean, he's the reigning MVP. Come on now, put some respect on his name. Plus, Worldwide Wendy spoke with Coach Eric Spoelstra ahead of Team USA's final 2 exhibition games. Coach also had some thoughts on Miami's off-season moves. Don't go anywhere. NBA Today with your girl, Sinead. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the NBA Today NBA Schedule Release Special.
Dreaming about being on that stage Christmas Day.
I'm just trying to show them a little bit of my Christmas spirit.
Put it on the show with the whole world watching.
Dagger! Let's go! Here comes Aaron Gordon the other way. Gordon! Oh, my goodness! Splash down.
Christmas Day, we gotta go out there and execute.
A Christmas Day gift!
Cue the music, Director Kathy.
What?
Do we have any? Oh, is this? Hey, okay. It's officially Christmas in August.
No Christmas music.
We can now confirm the holiday slate of NBA games, but first we're welcoming in Roz Goldenwood. Let's get to it. Let's run through those games on December 25th. Giannis and the Bucks are coming to Madison Square Garden for the early game. It'll be the Knicks' 56th Christmas Day game, the most all time. Milwaukee swept the Knicks in their 3 games last season. Now, stop it. On ABC and ESPN at 2:30, we've got Warriors at Nuggets. Steph versus the Joker. Denver owned this series last season, going 3-0 versus the Warriors. Now, staying on both ABC and ESPN, and for the 3rd time ever on Christmas, Boston Celtics at the LA Lakers. The last time they met on Christmas was in 2008 in a rematch of the NBA Finals. It will also be LeBron's 18th Christmas Day game, extending his own NBA record. That's wild. Now, at 8 p.m., Miami hosts Philly. The Heat have the highest win percentage of any team on Christmas with an 11-2 all-time record. Joel Embiid is 3-1 in his 4 career Christmas games. The nightcap, Mavericks at Suns. This will be Devin Booker and Luka Doncic's 3rd career appearances on Christmas. New son, Bradley Beal, said he wanted to play, quote, meaningful games. Well, this will be his first.
I'm about to say, has he ever played on Christmas Day?
This is his first time.
Congratulations, Bradley, man. This is what we wanted for you, bro. This is what we wanted for you.
Progress.
Congratulations.
He made it. We can't talk about Christmas without the one and only Santa Perk. But first, let's start with Roz. Roz, you're probably going to be working Christmas Day games. Which one are you most looking forward to?
Well, which one do I want to be assigned?
That part.
I want to see the defending champions on Christmas Day. I want to see the Nuggets and the Warriors. I want to see the Nuggets. Coach Malone felt really confident that they would have an opportunity to run it back. They weren't done with just one. You got to double down on the chemistry then. And Chiney, I thought it was really significant to see Aaron Gordon go all the way to Serbia to go dive into the passions of what his teammate loves in Nikola Jokic and horse racing. You know, RJ, people talk about how big you were to the Cavs chemistry and building up what that team, how close the team was. I think Aaron Gordon does that for the Nuggets. He also got Jamal Murray a really nice diamond pendant right ahead of the finals because he was proud of the season that he had. What a nice teammate. And also Jamal Murray not playing in Canada. He can just focus on the Nuggets now. And last season coming off the ACL, I feel like we're going to get to see him coming in with no limitations. Maybe there's another level. So I'm excited to see that, plus Steph.
Okay, so
plus Steph.
One of the things, yes, Aaron Gordon's amazing. He's an Arizona guy.
Oh, we know that was coming.
Arizona guys, they're just, except for Gilbert Arenas, he's clueless.
You don't claim him?
Most Arizona guys, Steve Kerr, very, very good people, right? Shout out to Aaron Gordon. But I'm the same way. The same game. That's the game that I'm looking for. I saw their Christmas Day last year. I did their game. Aaron Gordon put on a show. They put on a show. It was an outstanding game. But I think the Denver Nuggets, they are on a quest to repeat. You can get the one. They have the talent for 3 or 4 over the next 10 years, in my opinion, because Jokic is young, Jamal Murray's young, their core is. So they have a stretch to win 2 or 3. So this is where it starts. You've won one. There's a lot of disappointing years coming up to this with injuries. You've won one. What do you do now? And I think the Denver Nuggets are poised to repeat, and it starts at the beginning of the season and obviously Christmas Day.
You guys, it's the Lakers and the Celtics. What are we talking about? It's the Lakers and the Celtics. That's the best rivalry in basketball. I mean, I'm also watching Winning Time Season 2 right now. Pat Riley with the speech. We don't just want a championship, we want their championship. Oh, Lakers Boston is always the game. I was at that 2008 game, which is the last time the Lakers and Celtics played on Christmas Day. And that thing was, we were expecting fireworks at that game because the Lakers had lost in the finals to the Celtics. And they didn't just lose in the finals to the Celtics. They were the fans in Boston kind of crowded their bus, and they were shaking the bus, and there was some ill will there.
Just saying hello.
Yeah, okay. So whenever those two teams play, it's a little something extra. I also think we should point out LeBron James is at home for this one, which is a nice present for him and going into his 21st year.
Crazy.
And that's a bonus, right? You have to earn your way to get that home game. The defending champ should get the home game, and I thought that was nice that they gave LeBron James a home game on Christmas.
Oh, that's fair.
Santa Perk, what's the verdict?
Once again, Richard is wrong and Ramon is right.
Thank you,
We're
Perk.
talking about arguably the biggest rivalry in sports, not just in basketball, but the Celtics and Lakers. Every time they match up, it feels like a finals game. Do we remember what happened last year? Do we remember Patrick Beverly with the camera? And I know it wasn't on Christmas Day, but it happened. The emotions LeBron James was showing on the floor after that horrible call or when he thought he got fouled. These games are intense, and you would never know the feeling as a former player unless you actually was in the moment. I was in the moment, whether it was the NBA Finals or regular season. Every time you match up the Celtics and the Lakers, it is must-see TV, and it's the biggest game of that day.
Look, first of all, it said, what games are you most looking forward to watching? I don't care about it. Look, I played the Celtics on Christmas Day. We blew them out by 30. It's not that exciting for me.
Richard.
It's not that exciting for me to watch the Celtics. I'm excited to watch the defending champions. No, you were still in high school.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say it's the Celtics and the Lakers.
Yeah,
so
and in 2008, the Celtics lost. So I'm not excited to watch the Celtics on Christmas Day.
One of the greatest rivalries in sports.
Agreed.
Okay, good.
Is that a denim shirt?
Oh, yeah, you like it?
It is a denim
And
shirt.
he's got a little friendship bracelet on that I just gave you.
Yeah.
Next time
Momo gave me a
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. I've never heard a song of hers, but I have a bracelet.
Wow, let's just leave that for the break.
Am I a Swiftie now?
You're not. You absolutely are
Borrow
not.
that denim shirt for the Renaissance
100%.
tour?
That's it.
Beyonce's got a tour. She's all
Don't wear that. Don't wear that.
It's my last day. So.
Coming up, the chaos continues. Our schedule release show continues. And we'll take a look at notable primetime ESPN ABC games. Do not miss that conversation. And, y'all, it's not my list, even though it should be. It's not Richard's list. It's Big Perk's big list of big-time matchups you'll be watching this season. Plus, don't call it a comeback, y'all. We'll check out when KD, CP3, Bradley Beal face their former teams. Do not go anywhere. Y'all are on the naughty list right now.
Ooh.
NBA Today will be right back.
I stay on the naughty list.
Oh,
that's true.
Today NBA schedule release special.
Welcome back to NBA Today's schedule release special. Ramona, Tim, Richard, and Hall of Famer Mark Spears are here. And now it's time to get to those ESPN ABC marquee matchups on January 27th. The first big weekend of 2024 kicks off with a triple header on ABC starting at 3 Eastern, with the Heat visiting the Knicks in a rematch of the East semis that the Heat took in 6 games last playoffs. Then at 5:30, it's a big matchup between the last 2 MVPs, Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic, when the Sixers take on the Nuggets. Embiid went for what? 47,
Do we think
18,
Embiid will play?
and 5. Stop it. In their only matchup last season. And then the day finishes with another playoff rematch when LeBron faces Steph for the first time since the Lakers became the first West team to eliminate the Warriors in the Steve Kerr era. Let's dive in more. Here's a look at the full schedule of Lakers-Warriors matchups. After that first matchup on the 27th, they play once a month over February, March, and April.
Smart.
The March 16 game in LA being an ABC Saturday showcase game. All right, fam. Those are some massive heavyweight battles. Why did you say it was smart? Because, like, the battles are Embiid versus Jokic,
Maybe.
LeBron versus Steph.
Yeah.
Why do you like? Why do you like this matchup?
No, I think it's smart because January 27th, it's our company. It's their first the nightcap, and you got the Lakers and the Warriors playing for the first time this season. Christmas will be passed. MLK will be passed. And finally, the matchup that everybody wants to see, Steph, LeBron. They're the 2 most popular players in the league. Like,
Have been for a decade.
this is the one game that is going to be probably the latest on the slate, other than maybe Ja Morant's return that everybody wants to see. So, no, I'm super excited about this game. I'm super excited anytime these 2 guys play. It's must-see television.
Tim, do you want to watch that, or do you want to watch Embiid versus Jokic?
I want to watch Embiid versus Jokic. Will we? We'll see. I mean, listen, the simple fact of the matter is Joel Embiid has not played in Denver since November 2019. Now, there's been injuries.
There was a COVID thing.
There's been rest. I think there might be
Calf
some
thing.
kind of
4 years ago?
I believe he's developed an allergic reaction to altitude, perhaps.
No, they call it
You
they call it the
guys are-
Serbian flu. That's what it is called. It's called the Serbian flu.
Okay, I'm not going to throw this tape right anymore, Richard.
I don't want to see the highlight. Miss Kathy, can I please just
See yourself.
I need to see a statement. I need to make a statement. I just need to make a statement. We're
It's
fine.
coming.
He wants
It's coming.
a single mic.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, that's fine. Listen, so it's called the Serbian flu. It's been diagnosed. There's lots of variations. It used to be the Shaq flu. It used to be the Kobe flu. It used to be the MJ flu. There are a lot of different flus. So right now it's the Serbian flu. And let me say this, Joel. I do not think that you are ducking Jokic. I just want to make this clear. But from this point on, I will be saying that you are ducking Jokic until you guys play. I'm going to say you ducked him until you guys do play, because I saw you dominate him in Philly. He didn't get a chance for the backup in Denver. So all I'm going to say is that you're ducking Jokic, and I can't wait to see what's about to happen. How are you going to respond?
Wow.
Wow.
I'm not yet.
Naughty.
And explain all the reasons why he
Yeah, don't do that. We ain't got time for that.
We don't want to hear any of
It's an
that.
hour show. We don't have that
But I
much
do
time.
want to see that too, because I really do think those two guys actually do really respect each other. They really like playing against each other. And I think now Jokic has won. And it's on Joel Embiid to answer. Like, Jokic won his title, and it's on Embiid to answer him now. And I think these head-to-head matchups, for the last few years, it's been about Jokic and Embiid for the MVP. Now it's about for titles. The MVP they both won MVPs. It's not about that anymore. And so I think that's the game we all want to see. You know, Steph and LeBron, I always want to see that, but I feel like that's the Elton John retirement tour that went on for 3 years. Like, it's always going. It's
As long as we don't come
every time we watch it, it's like, okay, is it the last time?
As long as
LeBron's like the Rolling Stones. Like
Yeah, I
every
know,
year
they
it's the
just keep
last
playing.
concert.
As long as we don't come for a Renaissance World Tour, that's all I ask.
Oh, no, I'm not stupid.
Okay, good. We talked to Embiid, we talked to Jokic, we talked Steph, LeBron. How about Giannis, y'all? Because another huge weekend to circle on the national television calendar is February 25th. ESPN and ABC will have 4 matchups, marquee ones, 1 Eastern, when Giannis and the Bucks visit Philly to take on Embiid and the Sixers. Then at 3:30, LeBron James and Kevin Durant, they renew acquaintances in Phoenix for a 4th and final time this season. Although, remember, these guys haven't faced off since Christmas 2018 before this year. Next is a matchup of the last 2 Western Conference champions when Jokic and the Nuggets head to the Bay to take on Steph and the Warriors. And then, y'all, the day finishes off with the Kings visiting the Clippers on ESPN. Expect plenty of points in that one, y'all, because last time they played in LA, they combined for over 350 points. Here's a look.
Deuce?
What? You crazy.
Oh.
Here's a look at the teams with the most national television games.
I love the Deuce.
With the Warriors leading the way, y'all, with the most televised games at 41, followed by the Lakers with 40 and the Suns with 37. I wanted to submit a most improved television schedule because it's
I think it's
cool.
the Nuggets. The fact that they have 30 national teams, that's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's some respect for the defending champs.
What are you most interested in, Mr. Mark Spears?
I'm going to go off the path.
Ooh, I like it.
I'm going to go to the Bayou.
Ooh.
I want to see the Pelicans, man. Come on, Zion. Zion, man. Come on, Zion. It's time.
Come on.
Let's get past the drama. Let's get past the IG stuff.
Oh, good.
And let's play ball.
I don't mind the IG stuff. Just be on the court.
Yeah, BI will be better.
Yeah.
You got the kid Dyson playing for Australia. Those two guys from the World Cup, they'll be better. But Zion, let's go. It's time. When the Pelicans had Zion, they had the top team in the Western Conference. I want to see them healthy.
All 20.
I want to see how good this team could be.
No, I agree with you. Look, Zion is must-see TV, but he has to play. So I will not be.
That's why I'm intrigued by them.
You're intrigued by them? That's very intriguing.
Yeah.
Who else are you
Don't want to play yet. Just make sure he's going to play.
Who am I?
Well, there's about 5 people on the make sure you want to play list right now.
Oh, you know what it is? You know the team I'm intrigued. My Houston Rockets. That's who I.
Let's go.
Look.
Really?
Look, we might not have video for highlights, so I'm just going to
stop it.
I'm just going to talk about. Look,
wow,
I like the wings that they have. I like that they've got adults. We don't have Houston Rockets. They were never on national TV.
They have a bunch of new players.
They exist.
We'd have to go to
McDonald's.
We don't have Dylan
McDonald's.
Brooks yet in a Rockets uniform.
We'd have to go someplace. Maybe we'll get some YouTube highlights up. But
Stop it.
I'm really excited about their wings. I like Jabari Smith Jr. I love that they got a true point guard in Van Vliet. I love that they got Dylan Brooks because to me he's a #1 defender, an all-defensive guy. He can guard 2s and 3s and 4s. Yes, there's a little bit of bumpy there, but ultimately he is a competitor. He will show them boys how to compete. So I like them. I think they're intriguing, and I think they make the play-in.
Richard, I love you.
No, that you just say that now because I will flip quick.
I know you will.
Can we please talk about teams that are actually going to be competing?
There we go.
The Pelicans won't.
No, wait. The Rockets are going to be competing.
Won't.
Competing, but the whole for the playoffs thing is the end of that sentence, okay? And the Suns are the most fascinating team in the NBA this season, right? You've got 4 max guys. TBD still on DeAndre Ayton. I will believe he's on the roster to start the season when we see it, but it is a fascinating chemistry experiment. 3 guys who are used to being the primary offensive option, plus, frankly, a big man who wants to be more of a primary offensive option. And, how's that going to go? And are the Suns going to be a legitimate championship contender, or are they going to be the biggest disappointment in the league? There's really no in-between as much as they've pushed those chips.
Absolutely. Based on investment, that is high stakes. Ramona?
I like the Sacramento Kings. I'm going to steal your thunder right here, okay? Because I went to a lot of those playoff games, and they look like a team that was ready to take that jump. They cleared some cap space when they made a trade on draft day. We thought they were going to go after a big free agent. Nope, they just gave everybody raises on their own team. And they're betting on consistency. They're betting on the system they've built and the experience they got last year in that 7-game series against the Warriors. That's how the Denver Nuggets did it last year. The Kings are poised to take that jump. Let's just see if they're ready.
Rich, you don't like them?
No. I like Sacramento, but I think that there's a cap to who they can become. I think unless they have a guy that turns into look, De'Aaron Fox is that guy. They got to continue making
perennial
jumps.
all-star.
They've got to continue making
jumps. They got the playoff thing off their back.
True, but they don't have that guy, right? And they have to hope that De'Aaron Fox turns into that guy, or Murray turns into that guy. Because in order to move up the ranks and really compete at a high level, you saw what Steph did, you saw what Anthony Davis, you see what Jokic did, you see what Kevin Durant. If you put them versus any of those teams, they don't have the best player on the floor. That's why I don't really believe in them.
I'm surprised we are not talking about a team or players that were in the NBA Finals, the Miami Heat, because next up on our schedule, release show, okay, maybe that will happen. Brian Windhorst, his exclusive sit-down with Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra. You will not want to miss what he says about Miami's off-season moves. NBA Today, we'll be right back.
I'm off this block?
Please.
to the NBA Today NBA Schedule Release Special.
Nobody's satisfied. We don't play just to win the Eastern Conference. We play to win the whole thing.
The Miami Heat's improbable postseason run continues.
It's getting hot in here. As Bam Adebayo said, the Heat deserve more respect. Miami has reached the finals twice in the last 4 seasons, and who knows what could happen if Damian Lillard ends up in South Beach. But for the time being, head coach Eric Spoelstra is confident in his team as it's currently constructed. However, his focus is not on that right now. He's an assistant coach on this year's USA World Cup team, and they are gearing up for their final 2 exhibition games against Greece and Germany. Brian Windhorst has more.
Hello, Los Angeles from Abu Dhabi. Here with Eric Spoelstra, Miami Heat head coach, but right now assistant coach of Team USA. You were a little bit late getting here to Abu Dhabi because you had an engagement last weekend with Dwayne Wade going into the Hall of Fame. Team USA trying to win the gold medal at the World Cup. This is a team that has almost no experience playing in this setting. They have not much experience playing together. What has the challenge been over the last couple of weeks trying to get ready for the start of the World Cup next week?
Yeah, we like that. I think it's kind of given everybody a chip on their shoulders about this challenge. You quickly understand, how challenging it is in FIBA and the teams that have been together for multiple years, sometimes 6, 8, 10 years together, and we're trying to put together a group in 5 or 6 weeks. But that's fun. And our group is young, but this is the future of the NBA. These are the stars, young stars of the NBA. And I think for Steve, for Ty, Mark Few, and myself, that's something that's exciting, working with young players that have big aspirations.
You've had a couple of months since the end of the season. How do you feel the offseason's gone for the Heat so far?
Yeah, I'm just immersed here. We had most of our work done. We were bringing back the majority of our players, and that's a luxury. In this league, things are so transient. Things are moving fast. It seems like it's moving faster now than even, 4, 5, 6 years ago. We feel great about our group. We made, some nice additions. We feel Josh Richardson, getting another family member back into our program. Thomas Bryant, who had been a big fan of his, and Jaquez, is our draft pick. We're excited. He's a guy that you can plug and play. Right now he's a little bit older and he has a great deal of experience. So we're adding those guys to a mix. Bringing everybody back, and Tyler's healthy. Jimmy and Bam, that's a great core. So we're excited about it.
All right, thanks, Bo, and back to you guys in Los Angeles.
Thank you, Brian. Here are some of the notable games on the Heat schedule, starting with that game at Boston on opening week on ESPN, and then the Christmas matchup against Philly. The Heat will visit the Blazers on February 27th, a few weeks after the trade deadline, and host the Nuggets in a finals rematch in March. So we don't know whether or not the Heat Trailblazers game will have a little extra sauce, a little pepper, a little extra motivation. Nevertheless, Perk, I know you have a big list of big-time matchups you're looking out for next season. So the floor is yours, fam.
Oh, God. We don't know a lot, but the one thing we do know is that I have 2 days left for work and I'm going on vacation. So I might as well go out with a bang. And this is Big Perk's big list of big-time matchups. This is not Sinead's. This is not Mark Spears. This is not Ramona's. And it's definitely not Richard Jefferson. It is my list. So coming in at number 5, fix your body language, Squidward. Bam! Number 5, we rolling it right now. Celtics versus Knicks. Last season, these teams went at it in the regular season. Now, guess what? The Celtics are going to be visiting Madison Square Garden. Kristaps Porzingis, we know that the New York Knicks fans are going to give him a warm welcome. Right? A lot of boos. It's going to be a hostile environment. How Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle are going to match up against Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. At number 4, Sinead, never mind the legend, Mark Spears, I'm throwing you the lob. FBI, run it.
Bam!
Yeah! There you go. There you go. The Phoenix Suns and the Dallas Mavericks. And look, I understand it's not going to be beef there, but damn it, it's going to be entertaining. We're talking about 5 of the most electrifying scores in the game today when you talk about Luka, Kyrie, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. It is going to be fireworks. And right there, that's just some little love taps, a little lip boxer, but we love it. Coming in at number 3, Ramona, a.k.a. Momo. Give it to me.
Bam!
There we go.
Not quite as good as Mark,
That's the energy I need. That's the energy I need. The Miami Heat going back into Milwaukee. We saw what happened in the first round of the playoffs, and Jimmy Butler imposing his will, talking noise to Drew Holiday. And then after the fact, we saw Giannis Antetokounmpo posted on his social media, basically saying he gonna remind the world of who the hell he is. I cannot wait for this matchup. Whether or not the Heat got Damian Lillard, it is going to be something to see. Coming in at number 2, Shanae, I know you hosting today. I know you got to talk a lot, but damn it, give it to me.
Bam!
There we go. That's the energy I need. And this is ring night. This is Beyonce me. Ring night for the Denver Nuggets against the Los Angeles Lakers in the altitude. AD, what you gonna do? Jamal Murray, you're not playing right now for your country because you know what's at stake for us repeating. Is Anthony Davis and the Lakers gonna send a message with a full training camp up under their belt? Richard, I ain't gonna be mean to you, man. Help me out at number 1. Never mind, I lied. Bam! I'm gonna take number 1 because you know I don't like you anyway. You just a colleague. I'm going with the Golden State Warriors and the Sacramento Kings. Yes, De'Aaron Fox, Steph Curry. We already know how they went at it. Damn it, it's the old school versus the new school. Let me see what Malik Monk go add to his bag. Draymond Green just got a $100 million extension. Is he gonna come out and do what he do best and try to stop Sabonis? What's gonna happen? Are we gonna be lighting up the beam or we gonna be lighting up the loud? Again, this is Big Perks list, and it's only right that since I'm going on vacation next week, I had to do it big.
Okay.
Carry on.
Okay.
My only question is, does Perk get paid per word? Does he get paid per word? I'm just asking because he talked for this whole segment. He talked for this whole segment.
But we get paid by commercials. So coming up on our schedule release show, we'll take a look at when KD returns to Brooklyn. That was Condon. When Bradley Beal heads back to DC and CP3's return to Phoenix. Keep it locked. Bam! NBA Today with your girl today.
I should have known that wasn't you.
I know.
You're watching the NBA Today NBA Schedule Release Special.
Our NBA schedule release show continues, and now we'll take a look at some notable returns. First up, Chris Paul and the Warriors head to Phoenix November 22nd at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Looking forward to that one. Then, Jordan Poole returns to the Bay Area to face the Warriors, I miss you, Malika, on December 22nd at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Now on January 31st at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN, KD, Kevin Durant, and the new look Suns take on the Nets in Barclays. Sticking with the Suns, Bradley Beal returns to DC to take on the Wizards February 4th on NBA TV. Back home, homecoming. Then Marcus Smart, where's Perk Smart, heads to Beantown when the Grizzlies face the Celtics February 4th on ESPN. And finally, last but not least, December 19th, Ja Morant will potentially be eligible to return as the Grizzlies take on the Pelicans. Here's how the Grizzlies' schedule without Ja shakes out. They have 12 away games and 11 home games, as well as at least 2 unscheduled. And 14 of these 23 games are against teams that were under 500 last season. Sinead Ogwumike back with Ramona Shelburne, Richard Jefferson, and Tim McMahon. Tim, you cover the Grizzlies, and we know Ja is suspended at least 25 games, but is there something else that could impact Ja's return?
Yeah, I did check with the NBA league office today, and the slim chance that the Grizzlies make it to the in-season championship game, that would count toward his suspension. It's not a regular season game, remember, it's the one part of the in-season tournament that does not count in the regular season. But I was told it would count toward fulfilling his suspension. Obviously, he's got to meet the conditions to come back anyways. But there is a potential he could come back the night of the 18th, December 18th, which would be in Oklahoma City, as opposed to that nationally televised game the next night against the Pelicans.
Thank you for that update, especially learning the intricacies, with the NBA in-season tournament. I think that's good to keep our eye on. Also, keep your eye on my league, the WNBA, because we've got a big game coming up Saturday. Los Angeles Sparks, my squad. I'm literally leaving the show after this to go join them as I rehab and rehabilitate versus the Las Vegas Aces. That is Saturday at 3 Eastern.
What's going on with my Aces?
I know. The Liberty's
Back in
got their
60
number.
seconds, y'all.
Heck, man, they've been going to cook them Sparks.
What? And tonight, the Slam Ball Summer schedule finishes up tonight with the championship game at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific on ESPN and ESPN+. Part basketball, part football, hockey in a cage, plus trampolines. It's been so great to be back at it. Richard, I guess it's okay having you here, too.
No, I know it's great having me here, and I'm going to miss you guys. But look, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking all show about the marquee matchups, and as we've poured through this schedule, but look, I'm here to let you know what really can impact wins and losses. So look at this. So when we break this down, and when players and coaches, we look at this, this is a little in-depth, but I want to give the fans at home something. So this is most days rest for opponents. So when you're going to play a team, are they coming in on 2 days rest, 1 day's rest, 3 days rest? Look at this. 108 days the Cavs opponents will be coming in rested in. Now go all the way down. These are some of the lower teams. The Celtics have 79 days. That benefits the Boston Celtics. That means that teams that are coming in playing against them are not rested. They are coming off the third game in 4 nights. They're the second game in 3 nights. So when you look at this, there's 30 days. That's 30 days more rest that the Cavaliers will be going against than the Boston Celtics. So these are things that can impact 5-6 wins over the course of the season. Obviously, when you're healthy, when you're not. We're assuming health in these situations. Show the next graphic. Now look at this. Thank you.
Please,
Kathy.
Richard.
Thank you, Kathy. I apologize. Right? She's in my ear yelling at me. Now watch this. The Clippers, right? 3 games in 4-day stretches. They have 25 of them. Meanwhile, the Denver Nuggets, the champions, they have 16. Now, a Clipper team, a team that you know has guys that are injured, you know that they let rest their guys, 25 3 and 4-day stretches, that's going to impact them. Now, the fewest, the Denver Nuggets, they primarily have been healthy with their main core since they got healthy. So for them to have the fewest, that's going to benefit them over the length of the season. So will they get to 55, 60 wins? Having that helps. Having this hurts. So when you look at the rest, when you look at the 3 games in 4 nights, when you look at this stretch, the schedule is a lot deeper and there's a lot more intricacies as you tried to say earlier.
I did try to say intricacies.
Yeah, you enunciated.
A Stanford word that I fumbled.
But that's what's cool about the schedule. We don't have all the time, but if you were really deep dive into the schedule, you can see how a team's situation is going to play out.
If you were a betting man, you might want to look at those stats.
I am not look at what is old turkey neck talking about?
Oh, wow. I mean, come on now, Richard. Let's be nice. Naughty list. Perk, what are your...
some rest for
I thought you didn't like numbers,
bro.
Richard.
Were you sleeping? You wasn't snoring, so you weren't sleeping.
I'm pissed off that you wasted 2 minutes of all of our time, and you wasted about 30 minutes of the producer's time making those graphics. Who cares, okay? At the end of the day, the game is won between the lines. Get your rest. You know that you got it back-to-back. We know this. We see this on the schedule. I don't want to hear that, Richard.
Well, Perk, I understand. As a highly conditioned person yourself, you don't really fully understand how these
My
games
goodness,
can
it
kind
does
of add
impact.
up.
But nonetheless, look at this beautiful slate of games, marquee matchups, superstars. We're so excited that the schedule is here. Last but not least, I mean, everyone get excited for the season, but once again, congratulations.
Yes, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mayor.
Oh, the mayor?
Of Oakland.
Oh, okay, there we go. The mayor
I
of the
don't
Hall
want
of
to be
Fame.
the mayor
We
of
love
Oakland
you.
right now.
Enjoy the NBA schedule. And we'll see you soon. Be nice.